Bonjour and welcome back to the French campaign and Ultimate Admiral, dreadnoughts. So we got two active naval invasions here, against the Korean Peninsula, currently held by China. We're probably not going to be able to take Northwest Korea because the Netherlands are taking it. I've seen they've got some navies on the way there, some fleets. So they're probably going to end up taking that, I think. It doesn't require that much tonnage. Got 13,000 tons here. Another 13. Did they have something else somewhere? What's their total tonnage? Yeah, they should have enough if they send everything. So, yeah, I cannot invade it when there is an active naval invasion there. So, unless that fails, we're not getting Northwest Korea. The Soviets are hitting Manchuria from two directions. The Germans, northeast China, pushing out from Kiachou Bay. My army is pushing into eastern China. How well they're doing, I don't think we can see that until after we've played this battle. That tends to fix those land invasion information things. Apparently going in and out of the shipbuilder should also work. So, Cassard. Light cruiser, 7-inch guns. Now Mark IIs. Let's see how they fare against this light cruiser. We should certainly have enough pen now with the Mark IIs, and some better accuracy as well. Transports are unarmed. Let's turn this way and just put ourselves between the escorting light cruiser and the transports. Give those secondary guns something to do. And these are also now Mark IIs, the 3-inch guns. This one just got in the way. The first one that I targeted is close to surrendering. There we go. Let's not get too far away from the transports. Let's finish them off before strictly closing with the light cruiser, which now has an engine out. So it's just gonna sit there and wait for us to finish with the transports. And we have one left. So let's just get a little bit closer. We're in no hurry. We can do this at cruising speed. Imagine if this had been one of those 1-inch armored cruisers. These secondary guns would absolutely eat that for breakfast. They got better penetration now too. Yeah, we're getting through that main belt with the 7s. That's not a problem. Some of the time we're getting through. Fine, we're gonna speed up then. Get a little bit closer. And it's done. Good job by Cassard. Took a lot of hits. Didn't take a lot of damage. Yeah. Now we can see what's going on here. 75%. We might get this next turn. How about the Germans? They're probably going to get this one very quickly. They have a huge numerical advantage, as well as an army logistics advantage. Same here with the Soviets. 2.5 million men marching into Manchuria. What is the Chinese army logistics? 1%. Well, that's not very good for them. Anyway, we're 6 months out from getting the Mark II 11s, and then we're going to get the Mark II 12s after that. That's probably going to be like another year. Mark II 13s. We're going to have to go through Mark 115, Mark 116, and then get the Mark II 13. So that's going to take a little while. I'm pretty sure my Mark II 12s will be ready for the year of 1900 naval expansion program, which I'm guessing I'll have to build like in 1898 or something. Have to start building at least the battleships. Not sure if the 13s will be ready. No, thank you. No alliances. Like everyone want to be my ally, except for Chile and the Ottoman Empire. Two cruisers versus two torpedo boats. That should not be very difficult. These are the ones with one torpedo each. Right. North. Now, this light cruiser is not the fastest, so getting after them probably not going to be too easy. Or maybe. There we go. Hami already flooding. Which means it's no longer faster than my light cruiser. There we go. Panjin also flooding. So we got them now. There will be no escape. Another light cruiser on the thumbnail. There we go. I think this might be the first time I'm genuinely happy with the performance of my very early game light cruisers. Because typically those are all like really, really bad. Let's see. We can send you into this circle. Because this finishes next turn, and it's on only 92%. This one has 3 months left. So you can just fill in ships into here, from here, once this invasion here is finished. %, 98%. Yeah, so Germany's probably taking this one next turn. I am definitely taking that one next turn. How about these guys? Yeah, they're also taking that. They did find more tonnage. Yeah, they got 10 armored cruisers and 17 light cruisers in this fleet, in this invasion force. Don't know how they found all of those ships. But there they are. Brazil, who are you fighting? Since you're sending all of those ships up to... you're fighting Portugal, Norway, and Sweden. Alright. So is this going to be like the next global enemy now? Let's see, where's the Ottoman Empire? Are they all the way down at the bottom? They are. Because they're getting wrecked by everyone. They are at war with so many. As is China. That's why I don't think China is going to last much longer. Yeah, the Ottomans are also getting rolled on land by Argentina. Of all nations. They're the ones who've dragged their way all over here to Europe to take on the Ottoman Empire. Right. I guess it's just onwards then. Britain is trying to get me to pay for an alliance. Now, I can take minus 30. Because I think we're at plus 99 or something. So minus 30 shouldn't mean much. We've taken some land from China. What happened to the German invasion here? Why did that one just suddenly stop? Oh. They got a peace treaty. Well, it was a bad timing for Germany, because they were about to take it. Like, did they even get anything out of that peace treaty? I don't know. The AI doesn't really understand the concept of starting naval invasions to make sure that the war goes on, so you can grab things. Anyway, this is still at 100%. I guess that means we gotta take Weihai Wei as well. Possibly Liaodong Peninsula if no one else takes it. Weihai Wei. 15,000. Easy. Where's the port here even? There. It's buried in task forces. We got 2 convoy missions. Light cruiser on light cruiser. Light cruiser on light cruiser. Level CA. Back again. Up against another one of these Kuijing class light cruisers. It will not be the first one of those she's sunk. It will be the first one she's up against now with her brand new Mark II guns. And we're opening fire at pretty long range for the 1890s. But you know, our veteran crew, they may not hit the target they were aiming at, but they're hitting something. So let's turn this way and do as we did last time. Put those secondaries to work. Nice. No. Keep your main guns on that one. It's not that difficult. WCA. You've done this before. You should know the drill. And this time they do have guns on the transports. keep this up. Sail down the line of transports while raking them with secondary guns. While also slowly closing in on the enemy light cruiser. Which is a little bit hard to hit in the storm. Get a -30 for rain and -25 for the waves. Range guns finding their mark. I think this is a better shot than the last one. Just because it's like firing from both sides. Main guns have yet to score any good hits. But because I have to stay between the light cruiser and the transport, now we have scored some good hits. Can't really speed up anymore and get closer to the light cruiser just yet, or I'm just gonna end up sailing away from the transports. But now there are no more transports. So now they're gonna get it. 1.5 kilometers. Maybe we're gonna get to test out these new torpedoes as well. Which should outrange the enemy torpedoes. There we go, one torpedo away. That's way too much lead. Luckily, theirs missed too. Let's turn around and get the bow torpedo. Now she's stationary. That should be an easy target. You have a bow torpedo, right? Yeah, we do. There it goes. Good hit. And down. Nice. Now let's do that again. With Cassard. Slightly larger, not quite as fast as Lavoisier. Should still be able to take on this guy and 3 transports. And the weather is nice. So we should be more accurate. Yeah, plus 50 for clear weather, plus 25 for calm wind. That should result in quite a bit better accuracy than the last match. They got 4-inch guns this time on those transports. There we go, first flooding hit on Alt-A. Let's speed up and get in between here. One transport down. There we go, engine hit on Alt-A. You can see the impact the better weather has on this battle. Like almost every shot from the 7-inch guns are hitting. That's 2 out of 2. And that's salvo. We're gonna get a side torpedo going out here. Maybe, yeah, there it goes. But it will not have time to hit. But Alt-A is already going down. It was a hit though. Perfectly aimed. And the last transport is also going down. Or getting scuttled. Right. Yeah, we should take this one pretty quickly. No one else has laid claim to the Liaodong Peninsula yet. Maybe we can claim it after we're done with this invasion here. It's just too bad that the Dutch got to this one first. Because now I can't connect the Korean peninsula with the rest of my little Asian empire. Let's see. One of those are getting refit, and these ones too. Yeah, let's see. That one has not gone a refit yet. Out of these ones. It's probably at sea somewhere. Yeah, I think it's in a task force. That's okay. It can wait. 3 and 4 months left here. Let's see, what else are we getting? Torpedo size? 17-inch torpedo. Ballistite. Right. And capped armor piercing. That's nice. That's gonna be very nice for the new battleships and the armored cruisers. Yeah, let's keep going and see what happens. Alliance offer no. Getting some tech. No transports getting lost. Soviets have taken Manchuria. A lot of events. It's a 3-month invasion. We're getting that one. The Soviets might take the Liaodong Peninsula. We'll see. I'm gonna, next turn, open up an invasion there. Luckily... Actually, I can take it this turn. And keep probably both in the same circle. Because that circle is going to pop up around either of those two, right? I got more than enough tonnage here. Even if China has some more ships now out there. Do I have... yeah, I do. Justice is in battle. So let's play out this battle first. Justice and Lavoisier. Quahar. Which one of these have we seen before? I'm not sure. Maybe none of them. No, these are not the Chinese armored cruisers we've seen before. Plus 55% armor quality. So that's like, that's the same as I have on Lavoisier. And I just unlocked that armor quality and applied it to my light cruiser in a refit. That means the Chinese have probably had it for a while. As they would have had to start building these a while ago. Mark 1 8-inch guns. Not too worried about them. They got 1.2 kilometer torpedo range though. This guy. Same Mark 1 guns. Are they the same class? No, they were not. This one is 1 funnel. This is 2. Not too worried. Not too worried. But I would like to stop changing targets. You had it right the first time. Main guns on the armored cruiser, secondaries on the light one. Yeah, there we go. Seven-inch guns are not quite getting involved yet. angles are not the best. Quahad already going down. Or suffering heavy damage. Su Sheng. Not doing too well. Why are the 7-inch guns not firing? There you go. I guess the angles are just not very good for the 7-inch guns. Torpedo detonation. Yantai is coming in. Looking very angry, and there we took a scratch to the paint. Unfortunately. That means this battleship is not going out to sea this turn. It has to spend at least 1 month getting repaired. Why are the 7-inch guns firing HE? Oh, it's because this thing has 9.3 inches of armor. Some pretty hefty armor for an armored cruiser. Let's try with AP anyway. You could always get the extended belts. Which are not that thick. Now see, there we go. Fore and aft belt pens. Great. That's a good main belt pen, and that's one cruiser about to go down. Expensive one too, 33 million. 39 for Kahar. Yep, there she goes. Okay, level CA, let's put your 1.3 kilometer range torpedoes to the test. You should be able to outrange these, even if just by 100 meters. Where are these mounted? Only fore and aft. We should have a pretty clear shot then. On the broadside. Bow torp going out. Bow torp exploded in the water. Side torp going out, but I get nailed by my own battleship. And my torpedo still misses. Terrible attempt. At least there goes the butt torp. Maybe we'll get lucky. And that one misses as well, as Kahar maneuvers. Yeah, I was pretty sure my 12-inch guns would fire over the light cruiser, but the 7-inch secondaries nailed it. Yeah, it was 2.4 thousand damage from my own secondary weapons on Justice. Well, I guess it was blind. Anyway. We're pretty clearly winning the war, so all is good. Hopefully. We can knock this down. Let's just keep it at there. Just in case we lose like a couple boats somewhere. They're gonna get replaced. So, Justice still getting repaired. Because she got her paint scratched. Can send out another armored cruiser here. Because I think we needed more than 41,000 tons to take the Liaodong Peninsula. No thank you, United States. This time lost 3 transports. But we're almost done with China, so yeah, 48,000 tons it was. But we got more tonnage coming in right now. Let's send in Justice as well. He's just overcrowding that port anyway. 67%. Pretty nice. Now my army is marching into Northwest Korea, but again, the Dutch are going to take it. China has a battleship, though, in there. Unless we sink it, it's another one of these. And yes, I did check the share design folder. This is one of Emily's designs. So it is absolutely a human-made ship. Because I know she puts the M suffix on her designs, but in this case it also kind of looked like it was just part of the regular name. But can we take it with 2 light cruisers? We've sunken them before, but not with just light cruisers. It's gonna have to come down to the torpedoes, I think. Which worked so well in that previous battle against the armored cruisers. At least, you know, it's an 1890 design, so it has no torpedo protection. And a single bottom, and no anti-flood either. Let's have my main guns already target the battleship. Just so maybe we can get lucky and score some flooding hits on the extended belts. Slow it down and make it a little bit easier to get into range with those torpedoes. This time I got no... oof. That hurt. That was a 3-inch hit from the battleship. Wasn't even the main gun. I was about to say that this time I got no battleship nailing me with my own secondary guns. But I got nailed by the enemy secondary guns instead. Now Lavoisier is unable to close with Wei Sheng. That's no good. Cassard is not quite as fast as Lavoisier. Bit slower. And we've yet to score any flooding hits on this battleship. I'm taking out the secondary tower though. Radar damage. That's pretty big. Now Wei Sheng has torpedoes of her own, but we outrange them by quite a bit. Well, at least Lavoisier can nail the transports. Put those torp launchers on aggro. Right, 1.3 kilometers, so potentially within torpedo range. It's not a good angle though, we're just approaching straight from behind. But if that torpedo runs true... hang on, no, wait a second. Yeah, that's right, I couldn't place a bow torpedo on this class. Because it had 2 torpedo mount points on the bow. They were like too close to one another. It's gotta be the side torpedoes then. Now we're in range of the enemy butt torpedo. The launch angle here is just not good at all. But we do get a torpedo away. That's not gonna hit though. I think for the next refit of this light cruiser class, they're gonna get one torpedo mounted in the bow, even if it has to be like off-center and cause a little bit of like weight distribution problems. Because even if it has 2 torpedo mounting points on the bow, you can't use both of them. Because then the torpedo tubes are too close. And that won't work. Alright, Wei Sheng. You got away this time. You did not save your convoy. Hopefully I can get out and end the battle before she starts hunting after Lavoisier, which is only going 10 knots. Thanks to a very lucky hit from that 3-inch gun on the battleship. There we go. Convoy sunk. Both light cruisers survived, but we didn't get the battleship. We did attempt it, though. So, +1 for bravery, I guess. 100. 0. Yeah, 75,000 tons. Yeah, we're getting that. We're getting that with these guys. That won't be a problem. Bump this up just a little bit more. And I think we can't actually get a peace treaty now because of the naval invasions. But I think I want to have a peace treaty as soon as those naval invasions are done, if there is a China left to accept it. Just so we can get something out of this before China disintegrates. Because we have a lot of victory points. That could be a lot of money. Wei Highway is mine. And because I am seeing that the the AI, the richer AI nations are building a lot of share design ships. HBIW, that's History Buff Ironworks, I think. He signs his ships like that. 1897 designs. This is discarded here, but yeah, they're also building some discarded. I think that's when they you know, their tech has moved past that point. Yeah, I just added the GHI ships to my share design folder today. Dutch with the Mark II 7s. They're behind me in that specific tech tree, but then again, I did prioritize it. The British have Mark I 16-inch guns. So they are ahead of me in the, what's it called? The very large gun tech tree. Because Mark I 16 is after Mark I 15. Right. No convoys this month. Let's see. Yeah, Justice has to join the other formation here. My two task forces have gotten kind of mixed together. That's how I want to have it. That way. Yeah, when I put the set them to move somewhere that's close together, and the game kind of interprets that as I want them to go to the same place, and the forces get combined. But not completely combined, because that would be over the crew limit. 96%. We're taking northeast China next turn. And we're 5 months away from taking the Liaodong Peninsula. Again with the alliances. Then again, it would be possible if I just said yes to all the alliances and then broke them. That would reset relations back to 0. Which would make it easier to get a war going in the future. I think once China and the Ottoman Empire are gone, and Chile, the political scene is kind of going to realign, because they are the ones that everyone are fighting currently. And China is going away. Ottoman Empire, they're kind of hanging on. Chile, I think Argentina and the United States are doing a pretty good job of cleaning them off the map. Anyway, convoy mission. We get Cassad and Lavoisier once again up against the Yantai class heavy cruiser. 11 transports. That's a big convoy. Let's split you up once again. Did not take long for Lavoisier to be back in action, even after taking that catastrophic 3-inch hit from the battleship. You know, that's a huge convoy, right? Big transport ships too, 18,000 tons. Are we just going to charge in? It might be risky. Anti-flood 1, anti-torp 1. Double bottom. Lavoisier going in first. She's not had good luck with these torpedo approaches. either friendly fire or enemy secondary fire. The front torpedo tube is there, but it got destroyed. That's why it didn't launch. Once again, her terrible luck. Sees her getting hit by an enemy torpedo. And that torpedo tube is destroyed as well. Just disaster after disaster for that poor light cruiser. Anyway, Cassard has her torpedo away. And here comes the counter torpedo. Our torpedo did hit though. Rudder is out. I was going to launch my butt torpedo, but I think it's now easier to get my side torpedo away. There it goes. But that's gonna miss. Oh, it's just terrible luck with the bow torpedo on level CA getting wrecked. We're scoring floating hits though. Light cruiser and Cassard with her rudder out is finding it hard to maneuver to get those aft torpedoes cleared. These both side torpedoes are active. We are scoring aft belt penetrations on Taiwan. With some more flooding. We could just take out her rudder. What's her turret armor? 10 inches. I can't scratch that. You can definitely scratch me. This might be it for Cassard. Unless we can really nail her with a very good torpedo head. Here comes the counter torp. And that's it for Cassard, yeah. My torpedoes were not launched. Lavoisier has one working torpedo tube, which is on the side that Taiwan is approaching from. Maybe her bad luck can run out here. She can get a lucky torpedo hit for once. There it goes. Running true. But just misses. Can we turn around and get that butt torpedo in action before getting gunned down? Now she's turning. Her very limited mobility is just enough. There it goes. It is a torpedo hit. It didn't do much though. Might as well put the secondaries to use here. We're almost able to dodge that torp. Almost. Yeah, looks like the Chinese have a pretty decent design in this light cruiser. Armored cruiser, excuse me. At least decent enough versus light cruisers, which it should be. The enemy has suffered 31% crew loss, though. I don't think... maybe. That's some flooding hit. It's fixable, though. But unless we can get something like a torpedo detonation aboard the enemy ship... then I think it's only a matter of time before Taiwan turns around again. Which will take a while because her rudder is out. And just comes to murder Lavoisier. And they're pumping out some of that water. Can we get Lavoisier out of here? Before Taiwan comes back. We do outrange those guns, though. We have better guns than the enemy armored cruiser. And there we go. End battle. So Lavoisier got out alive. But Cassard, sadly, was lost. So that's a defeat. Didn't even get any of the transports. I was too focused on trying to score torpedo hits on Taiwan. But at least we're taking the Liaodong Peninsula. And with that, that should be the end of China, because that's their last province with a port. Right? They got 2 ports left. Yeah. Well, 4 months left of this war. Let's see. He sank some transports that way. If they take it before my naval invasion is finished, I will be quite annoyed. Is that the armored cruiser? I think it is. We just fought. Let's go and sink it. It would also be nice if I could take northern China with the army before this naval invasion goes through. This does not look good. And by that it means it looks very good for the Dutch. That they're going to take it within 3 months. Let's see, Mark II 12-inch guns in 29 months. Mark 1 16s in 15. That's like almost 2.5 years. So 1900 then for the 12-inch Mark II. Well, onwards. And it looks like we're going to be able to avenge the Cassard. Because here's that armored cruiser again. This time I got battleships on my side. Right. Not sure if these armored cruisers will be used for anything here. Or if I'm just gonna go with the battleships. There you are. Let's see, we can go through at 5,000 meters, 10.5 and 10.5. Same guns. Actually, we're gonna just keep going full speed until we've all lined up, then slow down to cruising speed. We're gonna turn off those secondary guns. Just limit the amount of splashes that are disturbing main gun accuracy. Radar damage and flooding. And they're slightly slower than me to begin with. A little bit more flooding and we can really start closing in. How fast are they going now? 16.4. We haven't cut down their speed that much. Secondary tower knocked out. My armored cruisers are actually a little bit slower than the enemy cruiser, so they've not been able to do this. There we go, more flooding. $15.4. Now we're closing in. The accuracy on Justice is going up. There we go. Now you're not getting away. Not after what you did to Cassard. It was definitely not because of overconfidence on my part. And we got some engine damage as well. Fixed, but they're broken again. And fixed again. Still trying to get away. But actually, I'm just going to turn on my secondary guns and let rip. You are now doing 9.9 knots. That's a lot of fire directed towards that one ship. It's probably doing more harm than good with maybe not Justice and Flandre. They're close enough that they have a very high chance to hit main guns anyway. Terrible and Pierre-Henri, well, now they're basically point blank range too. Well, I must say, they built a very sturdy ship. Even though we're gradually destroying every component on it, it's still afloat. It's got no more torpedoes, the 3-inch guns are all gone. Let's see, it has one 4-inch gun. And the rear main gun turret is also knocked out. And there it goes. Finally got a good main belt pen for 7,000 damage. There. Revenge. Now, let's see. 63%. Of course, now we started one from here as well. 31%. Everyone is joining in. I got 2 months left of my naval invasion. Will that be enough? Or will they take it from me right in front of my eyes? Let's just skip ahead and put an end to this war. Well, they still haven't taken it. Got a new torpedo boat. St. Louis, GHI, and Wisconsin. History Buff Ironworks. Being built by the Americans. And I think I saw another one, another couple ones. Like the signatures. Maybe not. Right, 65%. 90%. So hopefully I can get both of these. Let's see. Yes. I did get them both. And China still technically exists. They have no ports left, so they're gonna dissolve next turn. I want to send my do I want to send my most potent battleships home? Or leave them here? Haichao, Wei, which will be my new port. Let's say Shanghai. We're gonna leave them there. And these guys back home to Fort Bayard. And then, next turn, next episode, I mean, we're gonna have to build some new ships for our home defense force to fight whomever ends up being our next enemy. And who could that be? Pretty friendly with almost everyone. Yeah, -17 with Germany. And they have a navy now. They're not at war with anyone. They got a healthy economy that's growing. So does Britain. They're also not at war with anyone. They have the most massive navy. Closely followed by the US Navy. But that's it for now. Next turn, the Chinese will just gonna do one more turn just to see them disappear. Oh, we didn't get a peace treaty. Chile has now had a revolution. And there, peacetime. China dissolved. That could have been a lot of money as war reparations. But such is life. At least we knocked another nation out of the game. Goodbye, and take care.